Well, tonight's No Things Considered, surprising heroes during Hurricane Harvey, but hey, a lot of unsurprising things at the VMAs. And also, did you know that the DNC rigged that election against Bernie? Yeah, all that and more. Now here's your host, me. Welcome to No Things Considered. My name is Tim Young, and if you don't know that, it's right there. It's written. You can see it. It doesn't matter, though. Who cares what my name is? Make the monkey tell jokes. Here we go. First, let's start off today by remembering that is the 54th anniversary of the March on Washington. Dr. Martin Luther King wanted to bring us all together, and he had a dream that we would all one day live in unity. And I don't know that recently we have been living up to that dream. So I think we should all treat ourselves a little bit better and our neighbors better and kind of love one another. So that's a thing. Start with that. Racism is bad. Let's bring it to an end. It's 2017, 54 years later. Come on, people. Anyway, let's talk about things that are very exciting in political news. On Friday, you probably missed this little nugget of a story. A court ruled that the DNC had the right to rig the election against Bernie Sanders and for Hillary Clinton. That's right. They actually did find that the DNC was in favor of Hillary Clinton by stockpiling data, by stockpiling donors, by actually spinning the way superdelegates were voting. They rigged it against Bernie. Like they were going to rig it against Donald Trump, or tried to, right? No, that was Russia got involved, right? The DNC is all good guys. They would never do anything bad like this. But yeah, that actually, you didn't see that in the mainstream media, did you? Funny. Wonder why. Probably because they were in on it when it happened. One of the biggest stories of the weekend was Hurricane Harvey. Texas Governor Greg Abbott asked people in affected regions to evacuate, but one of those regions was Houston, and Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner, I can say this, told people not to panic, even though the governor was saying, hey, get the hell out of there. Just kind of stay in place. Don't evacuate. Nothing to worry about. Certainly not a disaster area now. Way to go, Democrat Mayor Sylvester Turner, telling your people to stay in place. That tweet did not age well. Something that was great, though, that happened in all of this was, and if you haven't seen this video yet, it's great, from the CBS affiliate in Houston, Brandy Smith, who was one of the reporters there. There she is. Poor girl was stuck out there by herself for a long time. Actually, the only thing broadcasting because her station flooded. She was the only broadcast going live to Houston at the time from CBS for hours on end. She saved a truck driver. She actually saw a truck driver over the side of the overpass where she was and flagged down police officers to go and save her. Here's a clip of that happening.
I'm gonna flag these guys down and see. Hold on just a second. The airboat for the Harris County Sheriff's Office now approaching this semi. I feel like I can finally breathe. Kind of a sigh of relief.
So congratulations to Brandy Smith, helping people out and actually being on air for hours by herself, stranded out on a remote shot, which is unbelievable in this weather. And we're praying for everybody in Houston that you're all safe and that those who are still stranded get saved. It's a thing. Why is it always, there's something negative every weekend nowadays. And by the way, not everything was happy in Houston. If you want to see what a real asshole looks like, look no further than a gas station charging $8.76 a gallon for gas to try to gouge people because they know they need it in a time of emergency. Or, I don't know, a store charging $42 for a case of water. There's a special place in hell for people like that. Not cool. Not cool at all. The Hill reporting, by the way, here we go. We couldn't get away for a couple of days without another Trump-Russian collusion story. This time, during the 2016 election, Donald Trump and his businesses were going to try to build a Trump Tower in Moscow. How dare them try to expand their business? That truly shows that there's collusion between the Russian government and the Trump camp. No, it just shows that they're expanding their business. But if you want to be a freak and lose your mind about something crazy and stupid, there you go, a business trying to expand and building a tower building in Moscow. Stupid. We need some funny stuff. So look no further than last night's Video Music Awards. Did you guys know that music videos were still a thing, number one? And also, did you know that there was still music videos on MTV for there to be awards for? I didn't, and in fact, MTV didn't seem to either. Last night, instead of the Video Music Awards, it was a political, left-leaning party, a celebration of sorts, a Never Trump rally for all to see, or the couple of people who tuned in. First, they pulled out a bunch of transgender troops, of course, to protest the fact that Donald Trump is not allowing them to serve in the military anymore. first step. Then they had this transgender host of the show.
Feels like since I've been gone, you figured out all of the problems in the world right now, and the world is doing so well.
Well, I want to congratulate MTV for being brave and letting this 54-year-old man host that show. Look at, just so bold out there, saying the world's on fire and everything is terrible since he's been gone. Oh, I'm sorry, what? That's Katy Perry. That's Katy Perry, guys. Anyway, she went on to say that fashion's changed, pulling out one of the Handmaid's Tale costumes because, of course, America's suddenly suppressing women, right? By the way, I just want to remind you what the Handmaid's Tale was written about. It was written about the radical Islamic population taking over in Iran and limiting the rights of women in Iran back in the late 70s and early 80s. It has nothing to do with modern-day America. Women aren't losing any rights last time I checked. In fact, over the weekend, it was also Women's Equality Day, hashtag Women's Equality Day, where Governor Cuomo, we don't have this tweet, but he said he couldn't wait for women to be able to vote. As if they couldn't vote before. Whatever, let's keep going. Then Alyssa Cara got on stage and said that, you know, you shouldn't be ashamed of how you look, because here you go, you could look like her in a fancy, crappy-looking dress, or you could look like her like this. But look at that, guys. She's not that fancy anymore. She's still a millionaire on a $1 million stage with lots of backup dancers and a full band. And she's not ashamed to look exactly the same, and nor should you. Then there was, well, this.
Who's like your number one?
If I ever could collaborate with somebody, I'll collaborate with one of my idols. Definitely got to be Lady Gaga. Is she
power
in the building?
Lady Gaga. Is Lady Gaga gonna be in the building? I'm not really sure actually, but if she is, girl, you gotta find her.
If you is or not, I want to let you know that I love you, bitch.
I can't tell if that's one of those robots they had removed from Chuck E. Cheese, or if somebody wanted to look exactly like Joan Rivers plastic surgery-wise. Those lips are just, I don't even know that lips can bend like that. What did they even say? You know what? I'm confused by this pop culture. Let's just go back to talking about politics. And who better to talk about it than Michael Jackson's talented daughter who, what does she do? Oh, she was Michael Jackson's daughter.
We must show these Nazi white supremacist jerks in Charlottesville and all over the country that as a nation with liberty as our slogan, we have zero tolerance for their violence, their hatred, and their discrimination.
Cool, I'm 100% with you. We should show definitely that there's no place for Nazis or white supremacy or any of that kind of stuff in the country, or violence for that matter. Don't lose me, though. Don't lose me here.
We must resist.
Oh, there we go with the hashtag against Trump and Republicans. See, you had me. You had me with the no Nazi thing. You had me with the no white supremacist thing. I am 100% on that. Also, alt-right. No alt-right as well. Am I allowed to say that here? No alt-right as well. But the resist thing, hashtag resist, that is directly against Republicans and Trump. Come on. It's a bit ridiculous. Well, then they pulled out Robert Lee. Not this Robert Lee. Asian Robert Lee's banned from everything. He's not allowed anywhere. We all know better than that. No, they brought out this Robert Lee, who is one of the descendants of Robert E. Lee. Where did they find him? Anyway, he goes on to say a few words.
My name is Robert Lee IV. I'm a descendant of Robert E. Lee, the Civil War general whose statue was at the center of violence in Charlottesville. We have made my ancestor an idol of white supremacy, racism, and hate.
Now listen, I'm kind of with you on this one, but when we say we have made it an idol of hate and white supremacy, has it actually been the right doing it, or has it been the media and the left who have been fighting it and lifting it up? That's a question you guys should answer in the comments below, because I think that it's kind of both sides doing it, not just one side. Everybody seems to be making these things idols of hate and white supremacy and an easy virtue signaling solution to real racial tension and problems in this country. Because if you get rid of those, I mean, hell, I went to Baltimore this weekend, you get rid of those statues, everything's peaceful again, right? Not quite. He keeps going.
We can find inspiration in the Black Lives Matter movement, the women who marched in the Women's March in January.
Huh? Now I get the Black Lives Matter thing. for the most part, only a part of it is violent. And that's kind of like the Antifa and other outside sources that go in. But the Women's March? You can find encouragement in the Women's March? That's odd, don't you think? I mean, let's throw back a couple of months ago when the Women's March happened. The Free Beacon ran this cute little commercial. It was actually originally a Hillary commercial talking about how poor Donald Trump speaks in public and whether or not you want your kids to see that as president. They cut in a few of the quotes from the Women's March, and I think you'll get the point.
Is your erection really more than protecting the sacred, messy part of my womanhood? Yes, I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House. I'm nasty, like my blood stains on my bed sheets. And to our detractors, you.
That's what we should be taking encouragement from in the fight against white supremacy and Nazis. Misfire on that one, buddy. Anyway, hey, you're just reading a script that they gave you at the MTV VMAs anyway. Let's go into a segment we haven't done in a while because it's been so dramatic here in the news lately. You should have just gone to church. On CBS Sunday Morning, they actually did cover Hurricane Harvey, which I was shocked. But they also covered Jessica Simpson still being alive and making billions of dollars apparently off of a clothing line. Odd. Bette Midler's still alive. And, well, a town where they have big chairs.
Casey is home to the world's largest rocking chair, and the world's largest pitchfork, and the world's largest golf tee.
People watch this. People get paid thousands of dollars to go and cover this. That's an amazing thing. What, there's another clip? All right, go ahead.
Oh gosh, it's hard to get the whole thing in. I feel like I gotta go low.
That's what she said. That's what she said. I've been waiting for one of those for so long. Whew. That was a rough one. Anyway, guys, that's it for No Things Considered tonight. We're here every night of the week, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Daily Caller Facebook page. For more breaking news and stories, scroll down on this very Facebook page. Go to dailycaller.com, dailycallernewsfoundation.org. Click the like button, click the heart button, click the smiley face button. Share this video if you like it. And again, be kind to one another. It is the 54th anniversary of the March on Washington. We should all consider ourselves equal with one another and love each other for who we are. Have a good night.